Greetings, I think we're recording. It is a brew day. Okay, it's cold in here as well too. My god, it's the end of October. The clocks went back last night. I thought, I don't know what date it is, 20 something. But, yeah, so it is the crack of clock up there, and it goes through batteries like nobody's business. It's the crack of 4 minutes past 9, which technically means it's the crack of 4 minutes past 10, technically. So yeah, thought I'd have a little lie in. The only good thing about the clocks going back is that you get an extra hour in bed, unless you have a body clock which wakes you up at the same time every day. And the only cure to that is if you had a drink the night before. Alright? I did have a couple, yeah. I stayed up a little bit late. Still wasn't drinking after midnight. But then I got dog tired. I don't know, 1 o'clock, half 1, something like that. So. You can tell this is going to be a rambling video already. So, God, this is heavy. This is, I'm doing a double batch of Pilsner, New Zealand Pilsner. What else? So that's like about near 8 kilos of grain in there. I'll be doing the old 30-minute mash and 30-minute boils of late. I'll put it up to like 40 minutes this time for a Pilsner, because it's a double batch. We'll see how it goes. I'm not in a rush today. I'm not trying to push it through as soon as possible like I normally am. So we'll see. I've already just put the sparge water on now. Normally I have the sparge put water in already, but I hadn't even poured it out until I came in there about 5 minutes ago. So on now, but there's like 23 litres, so we'll see. I'm not doing a mash out, so I can just leave this a little bit longer if I want. So yeah, at the minute then I'm getting my Christmas, I'm on a Christmas schedule here, okay? Because obviously we're getting close. The tension is being turned to Christmas, and we're getting close. And yeah, need to figure it all out, how it's gonna work. Because you want, obviously at Christmas you want four kegs on. If you have 4 tips, you want 4 kegs. And that's what I'm working towards. This will help. And yeah, at the minute I've got 3 kegs in there now, which will obviously be drunk before Christmas. But that means then I can just let these sit in the fridges in there, and they can lager if needs be, rather than trying to rush them onto kegs. So that's why I'm doing a double batch. This version then is Nelson and Cascade, which is the classic, the OG. So, although I have to say, I was drinking one last night, the latest one I made, and it was like, I'd put Citra and Centennial in alongside the Nelson, and it was tasting fantastic. So I'm now thinking, should have just done that, or should I have just done, maybe I could have added the Cascade as well. So I have 4 hops in there, 3 C hops in the Nelson. What might be the next version, to see what that's like. But you know, I do love Cascade, really. I think Cascade was probably the first hops I ever bought, you know. Packet of hops, I think it was Cascade, I'm pretty sure. And it's one I've always gone back to. And God knows, I don't know, I've completely lost where we are with hops these days. There's that many of them. I've never tried Nectaron. I know everybody goes on about Nectaron. Never actually tried them. Someday I'll try them, but I'm just kind of happy with, my preference is not necessarily the really fruity hops, but more kind of the citrus hops, you know, the American hops. That's what I really like. I know I put Nelson and everything, and it's fruity New Zealand hop. But other than that, I tend to just stick to the American hops, because that's like, I love Columbus for bittering, love Cascade, Citra is obviously a bona fide classic, and then Centennial. I buy Centennial every now and again instead of Cascade. So used to love Simcoe, don't like Simcoe anymore. This is just me rambling, isn't it? No, I have one hand in there. I don't even care. I don't care anymore. Just get this over with. So yeah, it's kind of cold. We are clearly, summer's long gone, and the whole point of the 30 minutes, oh, this is 40 minutes, but the whole point of reduced time mash and boil was so that I'm not spending so much time in here with that door open, freezing, and having to clean everything. Because I have not yet installed a sink or any kind of running water in here. At some point I probably will, no me, but the intention is not to do it, because I've got a hose, and the hose reaches all the way from over there to over here. Perfect. There's your running water. So yeah, not spend too much time in here cleaning up and all that crap, because no one likes cleaning up. This is why if anyone, any normal person, normo, ever asks me, oh, you brew, oh, would you not like to be a brewer? No, I wouldn't like to brew for a living, because there's an awful lot of clean up. I know the misery of having to clean up after brewing. Not that this bit's exciting either, like, but the only exciting bit is drinking it, let's be honest. So no, I don't know there's any money to be made in that business anyway. Really. The craft beer years are over. Literally. It's either now ditching the name craft beer as well too. Now changing to indie beer for independent breweries, which is just right. I was reading an article about it in the newspaper. The newspapers, if anyone reads newspapers anymore, on the website, and it was all going on about like how, I think it was Neck Oil was one of the ones changed. They went through a list of beers owned by breweries, fillers and all that stuff, and I was like, oh my god, I know all this, that these breweries are like owned by multinational corporations, and it's like, is this what I sound like when anyone, because I remember someone in work was like saying about how he tried Neck Oil for the first time, and I was like, oh, you know now Neck Oil is Beavertime, and Beavertime's owned by Heineken, and I was just coming across as a real bore, and I was reading that article, I was thinking, oh my god, I'm such a boring bastard. But you know, I don't know where I'm going with that story, but yeah. I mean, I'm trying not to buy. I made a New Year's resolution. It's so, the mash is so thick it just stands up like that. Excellent. I made a New Year's resolution. This is between you, me and you, that I wasn't going to buy too much beer this year, because my craft beer, like, because I brew and I don't want to be buying loads of beer if I'm actually making the stuff myself. And I know, like, you're gonna get inspiration from buying beer, but it's like I make my own, and I make more than enough. So if I'm buying stuff, I'm not making it, and you know, you have to keep. I like to keep the kegs turning over all the time, because I like to change what I'm drinking. So I don't think that's unreasonable. And I don't think I am partly responsible for, you know, the craft beer industry dying on its arse. What am I talking about? I don't even know what I'm talking about, to be honest. Still doing this one-handed. Right, hold on, I'm going to have to try and get into this. Forgive me. Really, it should have been like this, look. This is how a professional would do it. This is how Dr. Hans would do it. Okay, add the grains and the mash. Okay, I've done it, yes. Set to start mashing. 64 degrees as well too, we're mashing it. Yes, sparge water is heating up. 62, 45 minutes that says. 45 minutes, okay. So it's not 40 minutes. Okay, well that was fun, wasn't it? Let's go, and I'm gonna go and get something to eat and try and sober up. It's been mashing away there for like over an hour by this point. This is an exceptionally lazy brew day. So, it is what it is. So no doubt, it will be dark. It will be... Big cobweb. It will be dark. It'll be lashing my rain outside. And I'll be in here cursing myself for not doing this earlier. I'd probably be halfway through the boil by now if I was doing this normally. Okay. Oh, the pump's still on, shit. It's not raining yet. I thought it was raining when it was coming out here, but it's not yet. It is due at some point today. I'm now thinking, could I get away with cleaning everything tomorrow? That's a bad habit to get into. It's a very bad habit to get into. Oh. Let's see. Pizza trays over there. Just even the holes, there's no kind of system, it's just like across there and there, and just there's half of them, most of them are not even pierced. This is I'm so lazy. So lazy today. Should be okay though. Okay. See how it goes. It's like 23 litres of sparge water in there now. To add the like 29 litres of mash water. So we're aiming for a 40 litre boil, or are we? No, we're not. We're aiming for 40 litres in the tank and about 45 litres boil. Of course, this only measures up to 40 litres, so it's always a bit of guesswork. Okay, well, we're going anyway. If nothing else, we're going. The hum. So yeah, something else I've done too is on the door. Oh, actually, also I've got rid of the, you know, the tractor, the toy tractor that used to sit in there with a big yellow bucket. Sat in there for years, and I finally got rid of it the other week. And I'd planned to dump it in secret. Okay, so. But whatever, something happened and my wife had to go out of the house, so she sent the son with me to the dump. Of course, he figured out very quickly what was happening, and he started crying when we got to the dump, and I felt terrible. And I had to go through with it, obviously, because I was there, and just... But he never went on it. It's like the other red one he had, he never went on it. And then he's crying about it. Anyway, never mind. So it made me feel bad, basically. But look at the amount of space I've got in there now to put junk. Anyway, the door. So, when I kind of separated the place, I'd read about how hard it was to put door frames in, and it was very hard. And I measured and I measured and I measured to make sure everything was okay, perfect. So I wouldn't have a nightmare putting the door in. Did have a nightmare putting the door in because of the floor, because the floors turned out wasn't level. That's another story. I'll not go in there yet. Maybe for another time. So yeah, so basically I got scared about putting the lock in there. So there is no actual mechanism for locking the door. I have it, I just never installed it. Which meant that I then put this thing on so I could keep the door closed. And there's like a little latch on the other side. Problem was, if someone came in and the latch is on the other side. We're pulling at the door to try and get it open. So I finally sorted it out. Not by that, but by this. So this is like a little magnet. There's one there, and there's one on that side. And now the door closes by itself and stays closed, which is what we want. So, good job, isn't it? Is that a good job? I don't know. I think it is. What's a better job is that that thing's dumped. Yes! Oh, he was crying his eyes out. Oh my goodness. Okay, just a quick update on this then. So, the recipe said it needed to be like a 46 litre boil. So, we've done our sparge. The heat's on, so it's going up and down. But it was sitting about 45.5 there. Still got the rest of this dripping away, so I reckon it's going to be 46 by the time we're boiling. You can see 46 and it's probably up to that bar goes across there. See the line? So I'm going to call it a 46 anyway. Got a pre-boil on in the house. It's a bit dark in here, isn't it? Got a pre-boil and that cooling down. We'll see what that's like. And just want to see it. See that swing set over there? That's just reminding me. So remember I was telling you about the tractor, and I dumped the tractor. And he's crying his eyes out. Oh god, it makes me feel bad thinking about it. I did actually buy him a McDonald's. We stopped at McDonald's on the way home. So that's us equal, isn't that the way it works? Yeah. I got him like 20 chicken McNuggets or something like that. It was ridiculous. So really overcompensating, you know, for making him cry. But no, so afterwards then, so he was making out his Christmas list, and where is it? There it is. And he wants a trampoline, basically. We've plenty of space to put a trampoline out here. But he has that. We put that up at the start of COVID, and they haven't really used it since the first, not that much, a couple of times a year maybe. Not very much. And it's like, I said to him, trying to encourage him to go on that thing, I said to him that I would get him a trampoline if, but I would need to dump that. I'm sorry, I am an arsehole, aren't I? I told him I would dump that, get him a trampoline, trying to encourage him to use that. And not at all because I can't be arsed having to cut the grass around a trampoline. Plus it's very windy around here as well too. We live beside the loch, and that means it's like windy as hell. So yeah, I am a total bastard, aren't I? I think he's decided, he basically told his mother after that though, that he was complaining there that I was going to dump that too. So he doesn't want the trampoline now, he wants something else. So, God, I'm such a bastard, aren't I? My God. I'm laughing about it. That makes me twice as bad. Twice a bastard. Okay, we're ready for the 40-minute hop drop. That's 10 grams of Nelson going into. I also had the pre-boil, but I've chucked it in there now. It was 10:39, so we're a couple of points down, which is not a surprise because it's the bottom of a bag of pre-crushed grain. So, okay, 10 minutes to go. That is Cascade and Nelson. Co-hop stand. Some all. It was, as soon as the boil finished, it was ringing away, but I missed it, and it didn't help. And I came back out here, and instead of it automatically turning it off when the boil's finished, it was still boiling. So we've got a little bit of extra bitterness in there, but I don't know how long it was. 5 minutes maybe, who knows. Okay, that is the end of the brew day. Oh my goodness, can you hear the rain outside? It was rough. There's what we've got. Okay, I thought it was about 19 litres of each, but it looks like there's a little bit more on that one, so that might be 20 litres, or maybe that's 18 litres, I don't know. But yeah, so we're using hail. This is the last of it. I'm going to pitch now. So this one here, I put 20 grams in. I've doubled, that's 2 packets worth. That's going to be done at lager temperatures. The other one I've put 1 pack, so 10 grams in. That's going to be done at like ale temperatures, well 17. It'll start at 17 and then it'll work its way up. So that'll be done first, and then the other one can just sit in the fridge for the next few weeks and do whatever it wants. So in terms of our gravity, 1042, 1043 maybe, so we're still a couple of points down, but we're not massively down. So I think the original recipe was 4.9 or something like that, but I'd put extra grain in just because I knew I was going to get lower efficiency, what with the kind of old grain I'm using. Yeah, so I've got to go and clean the pots now in that rain, or I could just leave it. Well, we'll just leave it, eh? Let's do it tomorrow. Okay, alright. I'll see you. There's a dry hop as well too. So it's the same dry hop for each this time, not pissing about. And it's just like 50 grams of each, Cascade and Nelson. I'm having issues with the Wi-Fi. Steel build 40 meg power line adapters. The mesh system just rambling away, aren't they? Testing it out today to see how it works. I'm not getting a 4K TV because I know what would happen. Like 8 megabits. They're playing games all the time now online. Just shut up, banana. You're such a boring bastard.